Would you work with someone like Zeke in this situation? Okay, so we're off to Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 9. So, in the last episode, we lost Sasha in an unfortunate way. Gabi snuck out to the airship and just shot straight at Sasha and it hit her in her stomach, and well, really didn't end well for her. She bled out and just died on the spot. Gosh, man, a whole lot of what if, but man, it's really just quite really saddening that things went this way, and right now Eren is to blame because he went here apparently without everyone's approval. Like, they didn't want to come, but he came and they knew that they would come rescue him. So this happened in the end just when they were in the clear. I mean, it wasn't meant to happen, but hey, it's really quite sad though. She had a chance to shoot, she didn't shoot, she got shot in the process, I mean in the end, so but hey, never would have thought that this small girl Gabi would be any threat to them. But man, you can never really just properly get prepared for what is to come on any battlefield, whether during the fight or whether you are evacuating. I mean, anything can happen. But gosh, a whole lot goes deep to the story, and yeah, I wouldn't want to get into all I've said in the last discussion, so you can just check that out. Okay, so this intro will not be too long. Anyway, we are off to the awesomeness, which is Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 9. Let's get into this. Onegaishimasu. And please don't forget to like and subscribe button. Alright, so let's go. Okay, let's see how they got to this point 3 years ago. But you know, the storytelling of all this is quite interesting. They just leap straight 4 years ago, and now they're telling us pieces by pieces how it got to that point, okay? Really quite impressive. I love the golden glow in the eye though, as a Malian soldier. And they really tried with, the variety of the peoples and the ethnicities here and there. In this show, like the Malians look different from the Eldians to some extent. Like if you even check out closely, the Eldians on the other side of the sea, they kind of look very much similar and familiar to that of the people from Paradis. Both hair color and like how Gabi just looks so much like Sasha and with Eren's glare eyes and all. Even a little bit like Hanji too with the hair color. I mean, I really love it. Unhinged Hanji. Okay, so this was the first encounter. I'm telling you. Okay. Smash his head. Ooh. I clearly wasn't expecting that. I mean, even up to now, it still surprises me. At first, I thought he actually shot Hanji. But man, gosh, that lady really is tall. Okay, there we go. A total fan. Okay, Brave Volunteers, episode 68. I mean, really crazy. I'm telling you, somebody that can just shoot her own comrade like that. Merry Christmas to you guys, information-wise. And Eren was just really thinking really far ahead. Well, I don't blame him after seeing all he had seen. The flashes and memories.
発も撃てるわけか。
それらがマーレ兵の基本装備です。マーレ兵は1師団あたり約2万人で構成され、
20,000
総
soldiers
員
per
50師団
division.
で約100万人になりま
Woohoo!
す。そ
That
れら
is
陸軍に
insane,
加
man.
え、21隻の戦艦からなる3つの艦隊を有し、その他新兵器の進歩も目覚まし、航空戦力にも力
So
を
just
注いでいます
imagine all that together with the global alliance, all here. Like these people stand no chance to just wreck them, wipe them off the face of the planet.
要するに海や壁を越え敵が空から現れる移
So
動
I
兵器
still
のことで
ask,
す。
what would you do if you were in the situation of Paradis? What would you do?
そんだけの力を持ったマーレ様が少なくとも1年間まともに攻めてこなかった理由っ
I'm
て
telling you, good question.
何？
主に理由は2つ。一つ
Landing.
は島に
Yeah.
放った無垢の巨人が最新鋭の兵器をもってしても未だ上陸困難な障害であること。
I'm telling you, just
マ
go
ー
up
レがエル
everybody
ディ
that
ア
is
人を
coming.
壁の中に幽閉するための政策でしたが、逆に進
The
軍
same
から
thing
エルディアを
was
守
the
る
same
存
that
在
was
となってい
protecting
たの
them.
です。
らしい
は。
ないそいつは笑える。
The irony.
もうすぐ夜が明け、巨人が活動する頃ですよね。今我々が壁の外でのんびりお茶できるということは、島の巨人をすべて殺してしまった
Newsflash.
ということでしょうか。
だったらどうする？なんとかしてマーレに伝えるか？
いや、
She's
素
impressed.
晴らしい。期待以上だ。現在マーレは複数の国と戦争状態にあり、パラディ島どころではないというわけです。
Okay.
あなた方はマーレが誇る戦士隊を打ち負かし、さらに超大型巨人や女型の巨人といった主力兵器を奪った。マーレは敵の多い国ですので、諸外国は瞬く間に団結し、
And
戦争の火蓋が
as of now, they didn't know about them also having
する
Bertolds.
とあなた方はマーレに
Like
恨
Bertolds
みを持
power.
つ亡国の国に潜入する
Because they didn't think they had the, I think, the serum stuff also.
情報などと呼べるような代物ではありません。マーレに故郷を奪われ、兵士として徴用された我々は、
This Onyankopon's side eye.
あの大国に抗う気概は失われつつありました。
Ah.
導かれるまでは。
Him?
マーレや世界の人々が悪魔と呼んで恐れる巨人。私には全く別のものに見えた。
Zeke became their inspiration.
神です。無力な私たちに希望を見せてくれ
Ah,
ました。
man, look at that looking eyes. Gosh. Aye, man, the fanaticism is
ジ
real.
ーク・イエーガーの命を受け上官を撃った。反マーレ義勇兵です。その目的は。
Really?
全
To
エ
free
ル
the
ディア人
Eldian
の
people.
解放。
Just like that.
ジークイエーガーの
If I hear such from anybody, that would be far-fetched. Like, what is in it for you? Why the suddenly to free our people? Like,
論外だ。
I get their own people being oppressed and all,
相手は獣
but
の巨人だぞ。ラガゴ村の村民を巨人に変え、壁内を恐怖に陥れ。
I think that's another film factor self that just makes Zeke helping them to be like crazy insane.
奴らの目的は
Or rather, them even partnering up to him to do anything.
口八丁手八丁尽くせと言わんばかりだな。
それは敵さんも承知のはず。
Yeah, no, Zeke really did a lot though. I know he had a bad childhood and all, but doesn't excuse what
ジ
he
ーク
did.
曰くエルディア人の問題を一挙に解決する秘策があると。その秘策を行う条件として必要なものが、始祖の巨人と王家の血を引く巨人。二つが揃えば世界は
If you were in Paradis' position, would you partner with
その秘
Zeke
策を明かせる
after all he did to you?
条件が揃ってからだ。
引くに耐えん。随分と低く見積もられたものだな。
エレン。
Ah,
それは本当です。思い出したんです。俺が一度だけ始祖の巨人の力を発動させることができたのは王家の血を引く巨人と接触した瞬間でした。その巨
yeah,
人は
and they waited until now
父の妻であった
to tell them all.
ダイナ・フリッツに違いありません。ダイナの息子であるジークは解明したのでしょう。不戦のちぎりを出し抜く術を我々エルディア人に残された唯一の希望を壁に潜む幾千万もの巨人で世界を踏み潰す地ならしの発動条件を。お前、
Man,
どうして今までそんなことを黙っていやがった？ヒストリアの身を案じたからです。
I'll tell you, they'll just turn her into
確か
something
な情
else.
報で巨人にさせるわけにはいかないと。後でじっくり聞こう。
しかし、それが本当だとすると、ジークの秘策にも筋が通る。
正気か？連中を信用する気か？そうだ、敵兵を大勢島に止めておけば何があるか知れないぞ。全員縛り首にすべきだ。
Wow, man,
Yeah.
the division is
So much
surreal.
マーレの調査船からこの島を守るためには、義勇兵の力が必要なのです。彼女らの無線通信がなければ。
They wouldn't have been able to spot the other ones coming in time to prepare.
こちら第二次調査船だ。
よかった船が座礁してずっと助けを待ってた。
すぐに向かう。あの入り江だな。安心しろ。2隻の調査船で向かっている。おーい無事か。もう大丈夫だぞ。
Whoa! Colossal baby!
あれは敵だ。逃げろ。飛び込め。
Man, that imagery. Ah, so frightening. Welcome to the island of peace and shit, baby.
もてなしてやる。
I'm telling you.
豚のしょんべんでよろしければな。断ってもいいが、上
Ah,
陸許可は下りない。
and Levi's way of describing things is just something else.
あの頃は楽しかった。確かに僕たちエルディア人は世界から恐れられ憎まれている。まだ顔も知らない海の向こうにいる人た
Whose
ちが
faces we don't know, and yet they hate you so much.
敵だけじゃなかった。世界はずっと複雑で知らないことだらけだった。
But yeah, you found that people liked you
ところで
and people
オラ
hated
ココ
you.
ンはなんで肌が黒いのですか？
Just like that.
俺たちを作った奴はこう考えた。いろんな奴がいた方が面白い。
Nice response.
君たちユミルの民も同じさ。俺たちは求められたから存在する。
誰が僕らを作ったの？
始祖ユミルに力を与えた存在。神だよ。そう考える奴もいる。考えるだけなら自由だろ。
Wow.
なんだよこ
Alright.
これ
Seafood.
臭そう。
海の幸は初めてですか？ニコロはマーレ料理の達人なんですよ。
やなら食うなよエルディア人。エラなんかに食わせてやる。
Ah, huh? You better trust Sasha to take the initiative. Always.
おいいいぞサシャ。
Okay.
汚ね食い方しやがって。
I'm surprised that
もう
she
すぐ
liked
港
it.
が完成するんだ。マーレの公平の力を借りたらすごく早く進むようになってさ。よく協力してくれたね。疑心暗鬼でうまくいかなかったよ。
And Arian was just thinking about something
肩
else.
書きを抜きにして人同士向き合えばきっと分かり合える。
Can you? Look at the look on his eyes.
ベルトルトの記憶は何か見たか？
ああ、役に立ちそうなものは何も。
時間はねえぞ。
But Mappa really got the whole gloomy atmosphere. I mean, this is the animation. It gave us that hopeful glow. This is giving us gloomy glow.
何か問題が？本当に地ならして世界を脅すことでしか、エルディア人を守る術はないのかなって。
The question of
そ
the
れじゃ本当に世界を恐怖に陥れる悪夢だ。
So, what would you do instead?
話し合えないのかな。
And what if they don't want to
人
talk?
と話し合って誤解を解けば。
誤解？誤解って何のことだよ。
だから僕たちは怖くない
Arian
って。
was just really being
俺
realistic.
たちは巨人に化ける怪物だ。そこに誤解はないだろう。
But it's crazy how far Aaron had, seen things and came to his
ほと
own
んどのマーレ
conclusion.
兵は収容所の壁を睨みつけてんだろ。
それだって時間をかければ、そう、時
Time.
間が必要だ。
Time they don't have at all.
そうだ。時間を稼ぐためには手出しできねえようにしてやるんだ。
Hi. Oh, fuck. Man, that transition.
本当に僕たちは正しかったのかな。別の道があったんじゃないかって、そればかり考えてしまう。
If only they were aware.
誰もエ
Hi!
レンを理解
Gosh,
している
look at this abs. Look at this guy's back, man. So well defined.
もうわからない。
Wow. Wait, let me check something. Okay, let me read this, just to put more perspective to this. Formed to investigate Paradise Island after the operation to retake the founding Titan had failed. Okay. It was until over the following 3 approximately 4,000 soldiers on board, the total of 32 scout ships and destroyers were sent to Paradise. However, not a single one had returned to Mali to this day. Okay. And there comes the discrimination. Every sphere Every place you always get something like this. It's really just insane.
すいません、ここは。
Kai.
マレジンなんか近づけんじゃねえよ。
And that was an MP, rather a former MP.
なんでだよ。
Kai. Okay, we're back to present day. Okay.
なあ、お前ら何やってたんだよ。
Well, they were celebrating too early.
込んできた子供に撃たれたって。
I mean, really insane. Kai.
バカな話があるんだよ。戦士候補生か。俺の油断があったわ。すまない。なんで俺に謝る。 俺はただ飯を用意してただけだ。
うまいもんいっぱい食わしてくれてありがとな。
ニコラ、お前はどうなんだよ、コニー。
俺とサシャは双子みてえなもんだった。自分が半分亡くなっちまったみてえだ。
あなたは娘が世話に
Ah,
な
that
っ
was the man from the forest. Chai, Sasha's dad.
俺は捕虜のマーレ人ですが、料理人として就労許可を持っています。娘さんは俺の料理を誰よりもうまそうに食べてくれました。だから、もしよかったら、俺の料理を食べに来てください。
Wow. What an offer. Even in this situation.
もちろんただなんやろ。
And it's really wholesome that he accepted. I mean, at least a step in the right direction, though.
戦勝と報じたわけか。恐ろしいね。
Isn't ignorance a scary thing? Kai.
お前を殺して死体を周りに送りつけ、
What a
陰謀
question.
を明るみに出す。祖父祖母の命はないだろうな。
I'm telling you.
だが、お前の言う秘策とやらが本物なら、切り刻むのを少し待ってもいい。俺はどちらでも構わない。
Unforgiving man,
言
Levi.
葉に感謝いたします。だが、俺をエレンと合わせるのが先だろ。
そうい
But
そ
it's insane, man. Sitting with Zeke after all he had done to you. Kai!
まずはそこでゆっくり休んでいただこう。
Takes a whole lot to just stay from carrying something and just taking off his head.
睨むのやめてくれないか。
How can he?
マーレから奪ってきた巨人化の薬は、これで全てです。複製は困難でしょう。
いや、これだけあれば十分であろう。本当に
No trust
何と感謝を
whatsoever.
申し上げればよいことか。諸君らには借りしかない。無知な我々を希望へと導いてくれた諸君らの勇姿を疑うことは悪魔の修行に等しくあろう。
この3年間、エルディア人の友人であることを証明してきたつもりでしたが、
And the rifts. Kai.
私たちが持ち込んだこの銃は、エルディア人に自由をもたらす銃なのに。
虫のいい話ですまんが、我々の弱さにしばしの間だけ目をつぶってくれぬか。ジークに傘をかけぬわけにはいかんのだ。
構いませんよ、ピクシス司令。
Dine at the same table again
すぐに
soon.
また我々の食卓を囲む日が来ますから。
That statement really went
俺のホテル。
really deep.
これ
巨大樹の森だ。これ以上お前にふさわしい宿はねえよ。
立体軌道でたくさん遊べそうだしな。
The forest of giant trees. Here again for the third time.
この雄大な自然を見せてやりたいんだが。
ガキが雄大な自然を拝めるかどうかは、お前次第だ。
Wow. Gosh, man, look in her eyes, just insane.
エレンは一人でもやるつもりだった。
I'm telling you, if need
エ
be.
レンに協力しても見放しても最悪の選択になっただろう。とにかく、大勢の人間を殺した。戦艦も軍人も民間人も全てを
I
巻き込んで、
mean, these images are just really
全
horrifying.
てを奪った。でも、あの軍港が健在だったら、すぐさまマーレ軍はこの島に報復攻撃しただろう。けど、やるしかなかった。あ
Wow.
の日の君たちのように。ね
Man, Jazz was
え、
different.
何か答えてよ。勝てなきゃ死ぬ。勝てば生きる。
Man. Whoa. Everyone just pondering.
戦わなければ勝てない。
Kai. Kai, man, look at this body.
戦え。
Kai. Well chiseled. Alright, another super eye-opening episode. So they're showing us how things got to this point. And I keep asking, what would you have done if you were in this situation, hearing everything that Eyeball said, twisting everything to make you look absolutely like the enemy to everyone who had already hated you for so long, Like, I mean, what do you do? I mean, you can actually see the size difference in just Marley's military, talk more of everybody else, and you just trying to survive after how many decades of constantly battling these Titans onslaught and just trying to survive, and now you get all this. So what do you do after hearing all of Tybor's statements and his story and the declaration of war and whatnot? So what do you do? I mean, ah, gosh, Aaron was just really thinking a whole lot about all of this. Although they really needed time, but how would they have gotten the time that they needed to adequately prepare? Because, man, they weren't going to give them any time. Just imagine the whole fleet from Mali and everyone else just comes to Paradis. I mean, it would be totally game over. Ah, it's really just sad. I'm just trying to picture everything in my mind and place it in the form of realistic way in our today's world. I mean, really a crazy situation to be in and just quite terrible. Really terrible to be in. Ah, gosh, Sasha's death still is really haunting. I mean, one of the most painful in this whole anime so far because it was just just like that. It just was taken just like that from us. I mean, so Eren withholding the information that it was actually when he touched Dinah in Titan form that he was able to use the power of the founder from everyone else was really fast thinking, because if he had told them back then, they would have turned Historia into a baby factory like instantly, and well, she would have no choice but to comply, saying that it would be for their survival. But at least now they have a kind of an option which they have not really seen yet, but well, with it coming from Zeke and all, gosh, it would, should I say, be more confirm, or I don't know what other English I can use to classify it, but come on, you know what I mean. But anyway, it's quite surprising that they are even able to sit with someone like Zeke and actually even consider what he's saying after everything he has done. Like, I just imagine it. Imagine somebody did this to you, your people, your family, and all. Kill them in the most brutal of ways, like he's having fun, saying it, doing it, and right now he's like, the option is now to consider partnering up with him in order to further your own survival going forward. I mean, it's quite insane just thinking about it, but what options do they have? I mean, they are totally out of options here. I mean, would you work with someone like Zeke in this situation? I mean, that's the question of the day. Would you? Man, so they sent a total of 4,600 soldiers and 32 ships within the space of what? 3 years to 4 years. I mean, that is really crazy, insane that they had that amount of ship and manpower to spare. Like, and they had a total of what, 1 million soldiers. I said 20,000 each battalion, then multiplied by number of battalions. Said 1 million according to what Yelena said. And how many do Paradis have? Like, their population, if I can remember what they said back, although now it would have increased, but back in season 1, they said a quarter of the population went out to recapture Walmaria, which was about 200, was it 250 or was it 450,000 or thereabout? I need to check the number again. So that was for, they say, a quarter of humanity. That's how they put it back then. So if it is like that, that means they had roughly, let's just give or take 1.2 million people to let's just say highest 2 million people as at then. So by now it will have increased a little bit. So let's just say give or take they have 5 million. So imagine a total population of 5 million people. How many soldiers can you squeeze out of that? Let's just say max 200,000. That's max. Like, this will be to your like, you have to squeeze like out of every corner to get that many. Now to fight against 1 million people, which is just Mali plus that of the world alliance, and they are better equipped, have more technology. I mean, what would you do? Really insane. I mean, really mind blowing. I'm even short of words as I'm just thinking about it and just doing the little maths in my head. But gosh, they got the volunteers to help them, but man, there is still a whole lot of distrust. There's still a whole lot of distrust from each side. I mean, gosh, with all this, it's really just insane that they have this gigantic enemy over the season. Within here, there's this division brewing. It's really a bad position to be in when you are fighting stuff like this in any way possible. But hey, gosh, Eren really looks really crazy. Chiseled, I mean. His blow up, both body, face looks, everything appearance just looks totally mind blowing. Ah, anyway, I really love the storytelling progression. It's really just really well done and well written and all. But when I leave this question again to you, what would you do if you're in this situation? Also, would you work with someone like Zeke after all he has done to you if you were also in this situation for your survival, I mean? So that's the question for this episode. Alright, so I'll anchor this here. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.